to 90 Day with Nana. It's Monday night. If you're joining us live, smash that like. If you can hear me, let me know in the chat. Me and Nana are here to not only break down and recap 90 Day Fiancé tonight, but first we are going to have a very special guest. If you guys have been following us and you're one of our lean team members, you know that Nana got the ultimate gift recently.
Oh,
cameo from Nini Girl. And it was from Brian Christopher, her favorite YouTuber of all time.
Oh my gosh, that's so nice, Nini. This is just a dream come true. Thank you, honey.
So then I put a video out of Nana, I think it was reacting to the cameo. And then Brian Christopher was nice enough to comment on that. And then Nana, I think you asked him to join us, right? Is that how it went down?
Well, I think so. I think I did ask him. I was bold enough to say, we'd love to have you on our podcast. And hi, Linda. And sure enough, oh my gosh, he said yes.
All right.
So right now he's finishing up a podcast at 5 o'clock. Is his end time, and then he does his little thing, and then he'll jump on with us, he said. And Jolene knows the back part of it, knows how to send this to him, the link and all that. If it was up to me, we wouldn't be having anybody here today. We wouldn't even have sound. Okay,
so make sure you guys leave all your comments. Super chat's a great way to support the channel. Also check out our Patreon. We have good stuff coming up, exclusive content, but I do see that Brian is here backstage. So I do want to bring him up. If you guys have questions, let us know. We know Nana is prepared with her questions. It's going to be a really fun
I
chat.
hope so. Come on, kids. Help me out here.
So let's bring Brian in to talk to us now. Are you ready, Nana? Take a deep breath.
Cleansing breath.
Cleansing breath. Here we go. Hi, Brian Christopher.
Oh, look at this.
Hey, guys.
Hi, how are
Brian.
you?
Good, how are you?
911 kids. Nana's having a seizure here. Brian, it's so exciting for me to have you here. And for Jolene, thank you taking time out of your busy day. We know how busy you are, and we will not be rude. We won't keep you too long, hour and a half, whatever you got. Okay?
Oh my.
All right.
Brian, thank you so much for joining. I feel like I have to say your full name, Brian Christopher, now all the time.
I know, right? Yeah.
I know. BCSlots.com. One of my favorites, one of my all-time favorites. And I found out about you, Brian, through my girlfriend, Linda, who's a producer on our show. And she said, oh, you got to watch this guy. God, he's so much fun. He plays slots and you watch him. And I thought to myself, well, what kind of entertainment is that? And then I got on your channel and I've been hooked since. Oh. And I understand how you seem so giving to people, even the rude ones that stand behind you and watch you play. I hate those people in a casino. You're
Not
nice to them.
favorite.
You say, well, we're filming here. I'll be back here talking to you in a minute. I don't know. You got a real good upbringing from your mom and dad to be that nice.
Yeah, they're pretty cool. They're pretty good parents.
Well, aren't you Canadian, Brian? Is that why you're so polite? Be honest. It's like
that might have something to do with it as well, I'm sure.
See, and Minnesota,
we're Minnesota,
North,
so we get it.
We get it.
Yeah.
You gotta
Canadian.
Gotta be nice, even though it's killing you.
Yeah.
Another thing that I want to talk to you about everything. I'm just so excited to have you here. I did my little research and stuff, and then Jolene said, this is a part of the program where Jolene says, Mom, you have lipstick on your teeth. So just a minute.
Yep, she does. She always has lipstick on her teeth, Brian.
This is how we start out. And I just, the idea that you got Britt here. Now, when you first started, you didn't have Britt.
No, she's been with us only almost 2 years.
What a great combination you guys make. You really do. I mean, Britt just adds so much to the show. Not that you're not enough, because you are, but Britt really does add a lot to the show too. People just love her little giggle. Yeah. They love what she adds to it. And she's got this, what does she have? She's got this title, and I want this title, Jolene, so mark this down. Events and Operational Manager. I want it.
Yeah.
Jolene, you can have Brian, CEO, but I want that.
Yeah, no, having her has changed a lot for us. She's like integral, and she's like the bloodline that keeps us going, So yeah, definitely it was a game changer when we hired her.
Well, it's just a huge plus. And can you tell me just a little, how did you meet up with her? Did you know her before?
I never knew her. I put out an ad on Craigslist, and it was the perfect timing. She just thought maybe it's time for me to move on. Oh, she's in the chat. There she is.
Oh, is she?
Yeah.
Brett, we love you. Thank you for joining us. Oh my gosh, we're just singing your praises, sweetie.
Yeah. No, so she saw the position available and asked for an interview, and I brought her in right away, and I hired her right away. It was like I just knew as soon as I met her that she was the one for our channel, and she had. If she knew then what she knows now, I don't know if she'd be here because she didn't sign up for this. She did not sign up to be on camera, period. She was never meant to be on camera, you know.
Really?
You were never meant to hear her or see her, really, but I needed someone to help me at casinos, and so she'd be there. And then all of a sudden, you know, I was like, oh, we should introduce you to people. And, you know, the very first night, the Rudies fell in love with her, like just like that.
Absolutely.
And,
she is your Ethel Mertz. She is your Ethel Mertz. She is. Hands
I don't know
down.
who that is. Is that I Love Lucy, Ethel?
Yeah.
Yes.
It is. Okay.
Yes.
I love Lucy. In fact, and you'll like this, Nana.
All right.
Is that I Love Lucy was my Nana's favorite show. So there you go. Yeah. That's the only reason I know anything about it. Yeah.
I'm so proud of you because I know your generation, which would be Jolene's generation. You guys watch like Saved by the Bell, things like that. Am I close?
Yes.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But we had real TV where we had Dick Van Dyke, Andy and Mayberry, you know,
right.
the real shows. I mean, that's I'm a little. Do you watch MeTV? Are you big on that, or you're too busy?
I don't know what that is. What's MeTV?
Okay, it's old channels from the 60s.
Oh. Wait, is this like cable TV we're talking about?
Jolene, is that? Yes.
it might be. It's basically, Brian, they play all the old ass shows.
Okay.
So all Nana's generation.
Okay.
Leave It to Beaver. This is Wally Cleaver on there.
Of course. Yeah.
They're classics. These are
classics. I say it a lot. I say, gosh golly gee. Because he always used to say that. Gosh golly gee, Beav, that's swell.
I know. See, you speak my language. I love it.
Yeah, I got you. By the way, before we go any further, we have to talk about something very important.
Okay.
Because I watched a video today where you hit 15 buffalo gold heads.
She did.
I was like in shock. How many spins was it in the end?
129.
What the heck? That is crazy.
Honey, I walked in and I thought, I want to play like Brian Christopher. I was just in Palm Springs visiting my daughter and son-in-law.
Tell him how you stalked a guy at Agua Caliente that you thought was Brian Christopher, and you were like,
oh my gosh.
Yes, poor guy. He had neck tattoos, Brian. I was like, that's not Brian.
No. Yeah, no.
I'm really sorry, but I circled them about 3 times and doing one of these I was sure it was you, even though we checked your calendar and you weren't there that night.
Yeah.
And so he kind of gave me the side glance. And when he had all these tattoos running down, nothing wrong with tattoos. It's just, I know you don't have those neck tattoos. So it wasn't him, but sorry. But it was a wonderful, love that casino.
Yeah, that was a beautiful bonus, though. My gosh, huge win on $1.80 too. And I really enjoyed all the editing with all the gifts in there. That was fun.
Oh, it was so fun finding Brian Christopher gifts in my little InShot app. There are so many, and they're so great to choose from. Britt is asking, when did we film that? We filmed that like 2 weeks ago now.
It was 2 weeks ago, yeah, and
because Nana checked your calendar. You weren't in town.
Yeah,
she was. I said, you can't. I go, you can come here and we can have a good time, but you can't stalk Brian Christopher. We haven't even met him yet, so it's not. You know, that wouldn't be a good thing.
Well, you gotta come see me. We're there like every month. We're gonna be back again in June doing some group polls too.
I want to be part of those group polls. I love that idea. What a
cool
you
got
way.
Extra cash now.
I brought it home with me. Can you believe that?
Good for you.
What's that about? But not many people have hit those 15 buffalo heads. I know that.
You know that I've never actually fully done it.
I thought you did once.
I've done it twice, but it was on Wonder 4. So it was like inside of one of the games I got it. But I don't think I've ever actually, and I did it on Buffalo Gold Revolution, which is a little different game.
It's a little different game. This one, I think, came out first. The one I hit it on. I like that one. It's kind of basic, and you're getting the buffalo heads, and here comes, the wolves and things like that. To me, that is my ultimate favorite Buffalo game. That's my favorite. Yeah. And my girlfriend, when we go together, and she says, I'll give you $100 to get off that damn Buffalo game. I go, no, if you do, I'll put it in the machine. She goes, no, please. But so she kind of jumps around. And a lot of people do that. Everybody's got their own way of gambling. I like to sit at a machine, know it's my friend, talk to it, and know how much money's been gone through.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's just me.
Nana, like Buffalo is Nana's favorite game ever. What is your favorite slot machine ever, Brian?
I don't have one. It's impossible. Like, guys, you got to understand, I gamble maybe like 50 hours a week, right? Wow. I play everything. So I play a lot of everything. I don't have one that I like stick to.
Is there one that you can't stand that you're like, I'll never play that? I don't like it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Generally it's like Wicked Winnings. That game I can never win on. And then
I know that one.
There's a lot of games that we did a challenge video where Britt had to pick games that she knew I would hate. And they were all the ones with like fairies on them and like teddy bears and, all that kind of stuff. Yeah. It's a really good video, by the way. It's hilarious.
You did pretty well, though, didn't you, on that?
Only because I said, enough. I've lost $1,000 playing your games. We're playing one of mine, and we made it all back. So I just gave away the whole video, but it's still worth it to watch it.
you have a way of just making people feel so at ease as though they're sitting next to you playing. And I love that feeling. And I think you really honed into it, especially during this pandemic. Certainly you were very popular before that, but really during that pandemic, and we're still in it. The idea of people could live vicariously through what you're doing.
Mm-hmm. I get that a lot. People come up to me and they say, you saved me in the pandemic. I was going stir crazy and like couldn't get to the casino or didn't feel safe to go yet. So thank you.
Right.
Like, you gave me something to look forward to every day, which is a really nice feeling. For sure.
It is so fun to watch you play, and it's fun to watch you play with Britt, and it's fun to watch you make bets I could never make. So that's what's really exciting about it. I do want to ask you a random question about a slot machine that was here for a second and then gone. And I want to know if you've ever played it, because I didn't get to play it. But I went to Vegas looking for it, and they'd already gotten rid of it. It's the Buffy the Vampire Slayer slot machine.
Oh, I did. It was at Cosmopolitan. But yeah, it did not last. I completely forgot about that one. Didn't last
my favorite
long.
show. So I went out there on my, I think 39th birthday, and I thought it would be there. And we called around and we couldn't find it. So I've never met anyone that played it. And I wanted to know if you have any memory. I
remember not enjoying the game.
Okay, there you go.
I remember it was a big, tall game. And I don't remember I think I could never get the bonus on it, especially. But if you look it up on YouTube, I'm sure you'll find people playing. I think Diana played it a few times, but it wasn't my favorite for sure. I didn't really like it that much. I knew the show, but I wasn't like a fanatic, so I didn't know enough about it.
Mm-hmm. Oh, when Nini Girl gave me that. Oh, there she is. Thank you, Nini Girl. Hey. Loved when Nana described a group pull as nothing dirty. Yes, true story. Let's go back into Toilet Daddy. Anyway, so when Nini Girl gave me that cameo, I had no idea what a cameo was. Now I know.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
And do you have a lot of these, Brian? Do you do a lot of these cameos? Or was I special?
You were definitely special. Right. They come and go in waves. Like I literally just turned it off like 5 days ago because I was getting way overwhelmed with them.
Oh, wow.
There was a lot of people that wanted them for Mother's Day, especially. And when I'm at a casino, I was at a casino for 5 days straight. We were starting at 8 in the morning and finishing at 10 at night, like every single day. And then at by the last day, I have no voice, and I've got like 5 of these cameos to do. And I'm like, all right, trying to keep the energies going. But people really love them, and so it's something small I do to give back because I give all the money to charity that I get on there.
Oh, that's so nice.
That's fabulous. I didn't realize that. That's fabulous.
Yeah. So I'm not. I literally feel bad like charging anyone for a shout out, right? I don't want to do that. But
I think it's wonderful.
I can't do it for free because otherwise I'll never stop. Right? I'll do 1,000 of them a day.
No, absolutely, absolutely. Can I tell you the one thing that just drives me nuts? I love your podcast, but when you have people talking to you on the chat and they're saying, "Oh, Brian," but they're spelling it O'Brain. Okay, drives me nuts. Brian is not a tough thing. Brian. I had a girlfriend in high school that wrote all over a notebook, "I love Brain. I love Brain. I love Brain." I'll never forget it. So when this was happening in the chat, I thought, come on, people.
Well, there was a grade 3 class where my teacher did a lesson on how to spell my name on Valentine's Day because I was so sad. I got so many Valentines spelled wrong to me that he was like, "Guys, you need to know how to spell his name. This is how you do it."
How was Brian the big stumper? People are like, got to get that one.
I don't know but they either call me Brain or they call me Chris. A lot of people believe my name is Chris because it's Brian Christopher. It's a weird name, but like a lot of people are like, "Hey Brian," or no, "Hey man, I watch your videos every day. I'm like your biggest fan, Chris." And I'm like,
wow. You don't even know my name. How big?
I know. I don't blame them, and I respond to it if someone's like, "Hey, Christopher." I'll look. I'm not going to be like, "It's Brian," But
Brian Christopher.
Yeah.
And I noticed, like, when you sign your name on the BrianChristopherSlots.com, you have beautiful penmanship.
Thank you.
Were you in a parochial school and did nuns hit your knuckles? I just want to know.
I was never beaten as a child.
Okay.
But my mom was a teacher, so.
Was she? Oh, see, I knew there had to be someone who sat down with you and showed you how to, grammar and all that.
Wait. They don't teach that in school anymore. Do you understand this? They don't teach cursive writing anymore.
They don't.
I know. I'm so sad.
I don't get it. Like, do they not sign their names or do they not sign a check anymore? Like,
there are no checks.
I was gonna say they don't know what the check is.
There are no checks. Feel my pain, Brian. 66 years old. I've watched everything I've loved just blow up. No checks. On internet, what is this? Cable TV. It's killing me. So I don't know. Okay, I gotta say, where is some of my other stuff? All right, we already went through my can pay. I wanted to mention that again.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
At Aqua Caliente.
She had to tell the woman that was giving her the hand pay that she felt like Brian Christopher, and she tipped.
Oh yeah,
because she said Brian said to tip, because I said, I didn't know. I've never gotten a hand pay in my life. Right. So I thought that was really cool that she learned a very great lesson because take care of these people. They're giving you this is a really cool thing and they're working. It's not like they're making all money.
But also the money does not go to that one person or that two. They split it with all the staff too, which is also nice, Yeah.
So I think that's good. I think that's really good.
Are there other like casino etiquette things that people don't know about that are kind of things you wish they would know about?
That's a big one. And I mean, just like most places where you tip, it's not like mandatory, but it's a nice thing to do. The other things that I'm like, they're kind of like unwritten things, just like don't sit at a slot machine and eat your cheeseburger. It's kind of gross. Or
very gross.
Banging the machine, the buttons, like we call them button slappers. They drive me nuts.
I hate those people.
Or the people that touch the screen like nonstop. I'm like, you don't need to do that.
You don't need to do that. I know I sat by one of those and she just, I thought for sure someone would come over and tell her, "Ma'am, please don't do that." But then you have all these people that have all these troll dolls and just crap all along, like they're special little things and they're touching each head and then they hit the play button. Oh God, get over yourself and just play the damn machine.
There's one lady that drives me insane and she's like literally in the high limit room every time I go. And it's not Agua Caliente, it's another one. But each bet you do makes a different noise.
Right.
And so she'll go ding 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 and then hit spin. And then ding 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 like every time. Oh, it is so infuriating. Like, and so like this is what Brian does off camera. I will literally sit beside her and do the exact same thing. And I'll go ding 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 ding, and I'll make a song out of it. Like, this is like maybe that'll go into her head. Like, oh wait, is that annoying? Like, no, doesn't phase her at all. See what button slapper is? No, nothing. Button slapper, same thing. If they're like going like this, I'll do the exact same thing right beside them.
Oh, I love it.
You
Oh
know,
my
that,
God.
yeah, that's something you'll never see of me doing on a video, but like, it drives me nuts. And Britt's like, Brian, move away. Come on, Brian, let's go. I'm like, it
No,
drives me
Britt, let
insane.
him
I
go.
just feel like they need to know how annoying it is. And the only way they're going to know is either I tell them, which is not my place, or I just do it over here. And then maybe that'll be like annoying to them. I don't know.
I think that would be beautiful on your podcast to do that, because people feel that, they know that, they've sat next to those people. And you also mentioned, like, when I went to Agua Caliente, they didn't smoke there. I was very surprised.
Yeah.
Then we went these Caesars in Vegas and they were smoking, which, you know, I was a smoker up to 7 months ago.
Ooh, good for you.
Yeah. Talk to me. I'm still like, sometimes, but especially when I smelled it again, it was like, oh, okay. All right. Bring it down. Yeah. But, it did stink. I mean, I know, smokers, we know
it's hard for
stinks.
you being a non-smoker, being constantly around people blowing it in your face. Or you're used
It's
to
true.
it? I mean,
I don't think you can get used to it, but you're actually bringing up a really good point. So first of all, Agua Caliente is a smoking casino, but they've temporarily gone non-smoking since COVID started.
Oh, okay, okay.
So they have not fully said that they're going to go back to smoking or stay non-smoking. They haven't made a line in the sand yet. But Brian Christopher actually put a line in the sand himself today. And I put out a press release and I put out a blog which says, starting January 1st, I'm going to be prioritizing non-smoking casinos. And as of 18 months from now, which is January 1st, 2023, I'm only going to promote non-smoking casinos as of that point.
That's awesome.
Wow, that is awesome. Oh,
yeah.
That helps people that have quit and want to stay quit. You know, it really does. Because at 66, I did it too long. Yeah,
absolutely. And it's I feel bad for the staff mostly that have to be there every single day. Like, there are staff people that get lung cancer who have never smoked a day in their lives because they need the job, you know. And in Vegas, there's only one casino that's fully non-smoking, which is crazy. Park MGM.
Oh, it is.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
and so long. It's beautiful. You have to check it out. It's so gorgeous there.
And that particular casino, one of the housewives went there. Beverly Hills Housewives, I believe, went there.
Oh, they did.
And yes, they did. And we're into this reality TV, Brian, and that's what we do, 90 Day with Nana for 90 Day Fiance. Do you watch any of the reality TV, or do you have time for that?
That's my big escape. I love 90 Day Fiance. I love all those shows. Like, Marco says I'm a horrible person because I love all the shows where people are struggling in life.
Yeah.
Like, I love Intervention. I love My 600-Pound Life. I love the Hoarders. You know, all those ones. And Marco's like, it's a horrible thing what you're doing. But to me, I'm like, no, I'm learning what not to do. Like, you know, like, you got to be careful. You know, I don't fall into drugs or something. So I'll watch Intervention.
That's right. I'm watching Intervention.
It's educational.
You know? Exactly. It's educational. But I love reality shows. I think they're just so stupid. They're hilarious. Like, I lived in Paris, France, when reality shows started coming out. Because it really started over there in Britain and stuff. And they were just so crazy. I'm like, why would anyone watch this? It was so weird. And then slowly, like, then Survivor started, and that just went wild, right? And then now that's the norm. Yeah.
And I'm sorry.
Is your favorite? Sorry, Nan. Is your favorite 90 Day Fiance, or do you have a one reality show that, like, if you had to pick from all of them you watch, which one is the one that you're like, I gotta catch this? This is my favorite show.
It's My 600-Pound Life.
Oh. Believe me, I've enjoyed watching. It's a good show.
It breaks your heart.
It does, but like, most of them do a good job by the end.
And that doctor is so great.
Dr. Nazar now, whatever, he's the best. I love him. He's so sweet. He reminds me of my grandfather.
Oh,
that's why I like him too. Yeah.
Do you still have your grandma and grandpa with you? Grandma and grandpas?
No, I've lost all them, but
okay.
We were all I was so close with them all. Yeah.
Isn't that wonderful? There's no special, there's such a special bond between grandmas and grandpas and their kids and their grandkids. Every time you go, it's beautiful. That reminds us of my grandma used to say, "Oh, you look beautiful." Every time you say it, I can feel Grandma Frances.
Oh, cute.
So I love that.
We're going to be adding a beautiful T-shirt to our store very soon.
Oh, I'm going to have to get it. I got the Rude. My husband just got back, Paul. He just got back from fishing today. And he's coming up the driveway and I go, "Get that T-shirt off. I got to wash it. Oh, and welcome home. Did you catch any fish? I got to wear it tonight."
These two are so codependent. I'm like, we're going to buy you your own Rude shirts.
There you go. Yeah.
Linda bought this for him for his birthday, our producer. So he was thrilled with it. And as he walked through Caesars, people were he was like a star. Rude.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
he loved it. He loved it.
Yeah. One of my good friends, I gave him a Rude mask and he was telling me that he was at a gas station or something. I forget where it was now, but someone said, "Hey, that's that guy that plays slots online, right?" He's like, yeah, he's my buddy. Wait, you know him? You've met him? Like, it was this huge thing. It's so cute.
So is this like having this kind of notoriety and fame? Is this something you've gotten used to? Or I know because we did study your bio, we know that you moved to Los Angeles and you were an actor or currently are an actor. I mean, I moved to Los Angeles to do the same thing. And then I started YouTube. I'm like, this is way more fun than going to auditions.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
So we found out you went to Second City and all. My husband went to the Second City Conservatory program. Is this something that is just still so surreal to you, or has it been happening for a while now that you're like, yeah, people just recognize me? Like
it's pretty surreal. But it's like 99% of it's only in a casino, right? So my regular daily life has zero effect on me. I just walk down the street. I go to grocery stores, like normal life. It's as soon as I call an Uber, most Uber people know who I am for some reason. When I go to the airport, I get a couple, like at Palm Springs Airport, I get usually at least 1 or 2 or 3 people that will recognize me and ask for a photo. And then when I'm at the casino, forget about it. You can't do anything without getting stopped. You can't walk from one end of the casino to the other. So it is surreal still. I'm definitely more used to it than I used to be, but I don't think I'll ever fully get used to it, because when you are that person, it's weird because you haven't changed, right? Mm-hmm. I'm still the same geeky Brian that I was when no one knew who I was, right? So why anyone would like scream over me, like my close friends who I've been friends with since high school, they're all like, "What's their big deal with you? Like, it's just you, like." That's the funny thing is, like, we haven't changed, but everyone treats you differently all of a sudden. You hear that a lot, like, "Oh, they've changed, they're not the same person." And I used to believe that too, but I think a lot more. I always think twice now before judging, other people, because I'm like, I get treated so differently now, and people put you on this pedestal and treat you differently that it's hard. You get to fight with it to stay the same person almost, because it's easy to get sucked into something else.
Yeah, that's what me and Ann always say. Never believe your own hype.
Never believe your own hype.
Yeah.
No, but there has to be times. I mean, I would feel this way where I would want to walk into places and be like, I have 379,000 followers and subscribers on YouTube. Like, can I just budge in front? Can I just go first? And then you realize I don't want to be a douchebag. But I mean, hello. That's a huge accomplishment. When did you get your 100K plaque for subscribers?
Oh, wow. I got it. I don't remember now. Probably like around the 2-year mark. It was pretty good. Maybe 2.5, something like that. It's been 5 years, and we're on YouTube. What am I at? Like 379, I think.
379. Yes,
you're at 379. Yeah. We looked, and then you have Brian Christopher online. We have to count those subs too. So you're killing it.
But I mean, our videos we put out on our main YouTube channel, we also put out on Facebook, and Facebook's now over 350,000 followers.
Holy,
so pretty cool. Yeah.
It is. It's so wonderful. And so I don't have to ask you now that you said your mom was a teacher, and is she retired now?
Oh yeah.
Okay. As am I. It's a fabulous job. It's fabulous. Can't say enough about it. So saying that, you were a good student then.
Say again, sorry.
You were a good student in grade school, high school, because your mom being a teacher?
I was for a while until I wasn't.
Okay. So was that junior year for you?
Yeah, like growing up, all the way up until grade 9, I was an A student. And then I started going down at that point. I was dealing with my sexuality, and I kind of acted out a little bit. But I found my outlet with theater, and so that's when I really dove into theater more. I started when I was like 11, but in high school I just took over basically, and I was like the theater guy.
I love that. I love that. Are you? Oh gosh.
So are you still doing like acting type stuff? Is that because I know you're so busy with your channel and everything, so you probably don't have time. But is that something you are continuing or want to continue?
I'd love to, but there is no time. There really isn't. Like we're looking at our schedule right now to book a new casino, and they asked when our next availability is, and we told them it's December 1st. Like there's no. Like my friend was like, "Oh, we should go for dinner," and I'm like, "Oh yeah, absolutely. You should join me for Mark and I for our like date night. We do like date night dinner nights on Friday nights, and my next Friday night available is middle of October."
Oh my gosh!
I know. I'm like, sorry, Marco, no date night for a while unless you come to the casino steakhouse. But
oh, poor Marco.
Have you ever, Brian? Have you ever been to Minnesota? We have the casinos here too.
I have never been to Minnesota.
You would love Minnesota, and let me tell you, the week that we have the best weather is State Fair week. And that's the end of August. So if you ever find yourself where you want to come to Minnesota,
you want Nana to book you, she'll book you.
I would be happy to have you stay here at our house. We have we have an extra bedroom, extra bath facilities and stuff. You and Marco are
creepy, Nana.
Well, it isn't, is it?
Nice.
No, I'm just opening up my hospitality, if you will.
Okay. Because what are the casinos you go to out there?
There is Mystic Lake, and they call that Mystic Lake. Everybody's got their own little, and there is a Treasure Island that's not far from us. And I prefer Hinckley. Now, these are all Native American run. And we love them. We have fun there.
Okay. Well,
yeah,
we are technically in talks with the casino out that way. So I'll have to let you know if we get out there. That'd be pretty cool.
That would be cool. And I know you get your own rooms and you get wonderful rooms and stuff, but I could put mints on your pillows, you guys. I can do that.
Nana is quite the she's very hospitable. She's very, very
I try. Now I just have to get to your spacing as far as you have brothers and sisters.
I have one of each. Yeah, they're both older than me.
Oh, they are? You're the baby?
Yeah, I'm a baby.
Oh, okay.
We love a baby. We're the oldest. She's the oldest.
We're the oldest.
So
okay.
Controlling.
So I'm very controlling, and the youngest ones, they don't listen anymore. They stopped listening about 10 years ago. It was just a shame. So, but now tonight, you've already had a podcast. You're on our podcast. Now, what do you got later tonight? What do you have after this?
You get to relax.
No, we don't relax in this life, but in about 20 minutes, I got to drive home, pick up Marco. We're driving 2 hours to Los Angeles to check into a hotel for the night, because tomorrow I'm going to be filming on Live Play Bingo. It's a bingo app, and so I'll be their bingo host tomorrow. So they film in Los Angeles, just beside the Sony studios there. And then tomorrow night I'll drive back to Palm Springs, because Wednesday morning jumping on a plane to go to Vegas.
Oh my gosh.
Brian, your life seems really busy, but also really fun. Like, we're very happy for you. That is,
I know, very
amazing.
excited.
You used to live in LA, right? For years.
Yeah, I just got here like a year ago. We just moved.
So did I. I lived in LA too. I lived in West Hollywood.
Oh, nice.
So, yeah, that's awesome.
So, May 23rd, you have a meet and greet at the M Resort and Spa and Casino. And their address is 12300 Las Vegas Boulevard South, and that's in Henderson. Now, I would love to be at that one. When is your next group pull? Is that coming up now? I'm sorry.
She's in the chat. Maybe.
Brett. Hi, honey.
Well, we're gonna be adding one next month at Agua Caliente again. We haven't put it up yet. And then after that, I don't remember, but they are all on the website. She's texting me right now.
Oh, okay. I'm
Aw.
telling you,
Brit is on it. She's so cute.
She
She's my
is.
dad. I love her. Oh my! Everyone needs a Brit as a friend. Oh my god.
one of our people, and we do this, and I know you've sure shout out to people. I want to shout out to Bonnie. Bonnie is in recovering from her operation, so we just want to say hi to Bonnie. And she was so excited, and she wanted to be a part of this, and she wasn't sure if she was going to be able to because she's in a nursing care facility as we speak.
Oh, and then Dad. Yeah, you can hear. We can hear you a lot better.
Okay. Yeah, sorry. I just saw a text from Britt saying your audio's bad, so I just fixed it. Sorry.
Yeah,
that's all right. I talk over everyone.
That's all we cared about, Brian. We could just hear you. And then I did see that my dad, aka Papa, Nana's husband, hopped in the chat and said, "Hi, Brian."
Oh, hello.
Paul, the man is so lucky he's been with me since 1971. Let's talk about that a little bit.
Lucky. Oh.
Right? Oh, and how long have you and Marco been together?
We've been together for almost 18 years.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, been married for almost 13 of that. Yeah.
That's wonderful. That is wonderful.
Yeah.
Nowadays, if you can just hang in there and stay together, Paul and I got 44 coming up June 25th. I'm pretty excited about that. Thank you.
Yeah. Very nice.
Now they just sleep on different floors, Brian. She's in the room.
It just happens. It just happens.
That's how it goes. But we know you have to hop in the car and you have to drive and you're going to LA and you got lots of big things happening. But I know that you made my mom so happy. You're delightful and wonderful. Thank you for all the joy you bring to people's lives. Your channel is so fun. We wish you all the success. Nana, I'll let you do your last goodbyes. Brian, feel free to come back if you ever want to chat 90 Day.
Of course. You guys are awesome. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Thank you.
We don't want to keep you all night. So Nana, you go ahead and say goodbye to your best friend.
I just say, I'm not worthy. I'm not worthy. I'm so excited to talk with you, to meet with you. I'm not stalking you, but you and Marco sure are. You are more than welcome to stay here if you come to Minnesota. We can show you a really good time as far as with the state fair. Our state fair is the best state fair. Don't miss it. Don't even be late. Somebody should write a song. I love having you on here. This is fabulous.
Well, thank you guys.
And Britt, thank you for joining us and everybody in our chat. People, now remember, I know you're on the 90 Day with Nana, but remember, bcslots.com. Get in there, like it, subscribe to it.
Facebook,
you'll love it. Be
everything.
a Rudy.
Yeah. Well, thank you guys. And you guys have like the best personalities ever. Like watching your videos are just so fun. So thank you guys for having me. It was my pleasure to be here.
Thank you so much. She
Okay.
can't breathe. She's going to need mouth to mouth after this, Brian.
Oh, jeez.
Paul. Okay. We're okay. Brian, thank you so much. Britt, thank you for being on with us.
Oh, my pleasure, guys.
We love you.
Safe
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
This was absolute best. I mean,
Nana, are you
seriously.
so excited you got to meet your Brian Christopher?
Oh.
He's so sweet and handsome. And
I can pick him. I mean, seriously, is he the nicest? Oh my gosh.
You can tell when you watch someone's YouTube channel whether they're like a nice person, you know what I mean? And he seems like a genuine nice
He's
cool
so
guy.
genuine. I would just have a big head by now and like,
Me too.
oh, who wants to talk to me? Oh, Thanksgiving's going to be crowded at Nana's. I should have said.
You forgot to invite him to Thanksgiving, Nana.
Damn it. Okay.
Oh my gosh. You did great, Nana. You're like a regular Barbara Walters over here. No, you're Diane Sawyer. You are Robin Robertson.
No, I want to be Oprah because she makes more money than any of those gals you just talked
You're
about.
Oprah or Gail, her best friend. Yes.
I was so thrilled, and none of this would have happened if it wasn't for Nene and the cameo.
Girl.
It would if it wasn't for Nene, none of this would have happened, and I truly appreciate it, Nene. Thank you, Brian. That was awesome. And please, yes, thanks, Brian and Britt. You guys are the best. Please go on bcslots.com and tell them Nana and Jolene sent you.
Oh, Nana, that was so fun. I'm glad that you asked him to join. That was just like awesome. And since he's a fan of 90 Day and he watches 600 Pound Life, maybe
I love that he does that.
Maybe he'll come back.
Oh, Do you remember when you called me today and you go,
Yeah.
oh, Nana, what are you going to ask him? And then I wrote down all these things. You go, you can't say that. You can't say that. You can't say this. You can't say that. Maybe I was yanking your chain a little. Maybe
I
that
knew
wasn't
it. You guys, she was telling me the most ridiculous things she was going to ask. And I said, Nana, and I'm trying to work my day job. I'm trying to promote, put the promoting out there for the broadcast. I'm trying to finish the 90th episode. And I go, no. And she was just walking around like, yeah, I'm just, going to blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, what are you talking about?
No, he mentioned in his bio that Marco is always late. So I was going to say, and Jolene is always late, so I was going to say things like that. But he was so personable. What's not to love? What's not to love?
Yay. Oh, well, so glad that you got that, Nana. And now,
well, it was like Mother's Day all over again for me.
You're going to have to keep, stalking him and invite him back. April says, dang, Jolene, she invited him into the family. I don't think he needs an invite for Thanksgiving. That's true. That is true. That is true. The inside joke is that Nana literally, when she likes people, she then literally will invite them to Thanksgiving. But I've never seen her invite someone into the family. So I guess the new ultimate Nana likes you is inviting you into the family.
And putting mints on your pillow, just like the hotel.
And you did mention 3 to 4 times, I was trying to count, that he could stay at your house.
Well, he could, and I could give him a ride to the casino. They could have a few cocktails. I could be a sober cab. It would be great. But yeah, the idea that Britt was in, that was so nice, wasn't it? That she jumped in. Yes. Oh my God. She just makes the show just so much more worthwhile and just so down to earth. And she's so darn cute. And she's got that so cute giggle. Oh, yeah. I love her outfits.
Just adorable.
I love her outfits.
How fun was that? Realification, thank you for the super chat saying, go get Nana some ice. She was Nana, you pranked me so good because the way you're acting earlier, you were like, oh, I didn't even put makeup on. Oh, I'm going to just read down. He worked here. And I go, what? Like, she was just being so silly. And I thought, okay, she did not. Either she's really nervous or she didn't prepare. And I'm thinking, oh my God, Nana. But then, of course, why would I doubt my mom?
I just wanted to talk with him. Wasn't that wonderful that he talked with us? Oh my gosh.
Well, what a sweetie too, because that's the thing when you're at that level, we're just a little 14,300 subs, all of which we love and appreciate you guys so much. And for someone who's doing so much, because not only does he have the 379 here on YouTube, he's got another channel where he has like 50,000, and then he's got YouTube where he's got almost 400,000. So that, I can't imagine having to pump out that much content and travel and be in locations and film. It's a lot for one person.
I would be crabby by where he's at by now because he's just going. The idea that he's a baby of the family, that doesn't surprise me. He's just as cute as can be, isn't he? I love the babies of the family.
I know, Debsy. I should trust that my Nana is like, okay, so yesterday, let me tell you a little story. Yesterday, Nana was at Kohl's. She had the kids. She had Lucy and Frankie.
Oh, yes.
And all of a sudden, she's talking to me, and then she goes, oh, hey, blabbity blue, hey, Mary or something. And then
No, it was Julie Bartkey.
Okay, hey, Julie Bartkey. And then Julie Bartkey's like, hey, Nana. And then they meet up, and Nana goes, she's like, how are you? Oh, how are you? And Nana goes, do you listen to my podcast? Like, what? Very little did she say before that. And then Julie, the first time, so Nana will say this to people. She'll see people out. It happened here. We'll meet people. And she's like, I got a podcast, 90 Day with Nana. Listen, she's the ultimate promoter. It's beautiful. And then Julie, for the first time, I heard someone throw back, do you listen to my podcast? And Julie had a podcast.
But hers is only audio, not visual.
So do you remember what her podcast was so we can give it a shout out?
Oh, I'm trying to think. It's 3 Ladies and Wine or something. She's with Kim Ensley. Now, Kim Ensley, I just love. She was on Channel 11.
Yeah, isn't she like a big deal in Minnesota?
Yes, a very big deal. And Kara, I don't do Kara 11 anymore because they got rid of her.
Why?
So I don't know.
Kim Ensley. Oh, I remember.
Yes,
her.
She's darling. She's just darling.
Everything. Look at it. I'll show up. Kim
So
Ensley.
I quit watching Channel 11 when they got rid of her and they got rid of the weather person. And what is his name? Oh, I just loved him too. Why can't I remember?
Oh, okay. Well, remember when Paul Majors went out to LA? They lost Paul Majors. And then did they get rid of, who was the weather guy at Care 11 in Minneapolis? That was Dave Dahl was ABC, was
I forget.
Channel 5.
What was his name?
Right?
He's so cute too. Oh, I know his name. Can I
Aw.
mention this? Linda's up at her folks' house,
Mhm.
and she went up there because her brother Tim is in here from Palm Springs. Do you love it? All this Palm Springs.
Yes. So
And-
Palm Springs.
Well, he's Cathedral City, same. And so Tim's watching it right now, and so is Mr. Burke, who he liked me the best out of all of Linda's friends. And then
I'm
Mrs.
sure.
Burke, Dolores, is watching too. So hi to all of them. I
And
love
shout
it.
out to our girl Ashley.
Oh,
Ashley says
Ashley.
his name is Sven. Was it Sven?
Sven, yes. How could
What-
do I
Was
forget
it
that name?
Sven's Lawnsguard or something?
Yeah, Sungard.
That's such a
They
Norwegian, Swedish name. What is it?
loved
Such a-
him. Just
Oh,
loved him.
See, he's after my time. I had left, and then Sven. Why'd they get rid of Sven?
No, I think he could have a good lawsuit with them.
What happened?
They just fired him.
Is this
I mean,
Minnesota
serious.
drama?
Oh yes, all this Chandler Levin stuff, and I'm trying to think of the other guy.
Wait.
Tim and
Meadows.
Kim.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, Tim McNiff. I was going to say.
Tim McNiff. Oh no, that's the
Is that it?
Unabomber.
Is
Timothy
it?
McVeigh.
No, that's
Tim
McVeigh.
McNiff. Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah.
Okay, so tell me real quick. As we're kind of going off on tangents, and people who aren't from Minnesota are probably like, "What the hell are these ladies talking
Yeah.
about?"
What's
So, Carol 11 News is one of the major news stations in Minneapolis and Minnesota.
yes?
And so Kim Inslee was a part of
Yeah,
it, and you said they
yeah.
let her go.
They let her
and
go.
And then Sven, right here, Sven Sunsgaard.
Well, sure.
Super cute.
Isn't he darling?
Did they
Yes.
let these people go at the same time?
Well, it was very close.
Was it a mass firing?
Where was Tim McNiff? Was it Tim? I think it's McNiff. I'm
I'll
sorry,
look up Tim McNiff.
I'm sorry, Tim.
McNiff,
You're one of my favorites, and how soon they forget.
Minnesota.
but
Okay,
yeah,
so Carol
so it was
11.
Tim, and then Tim left, and then he came back, and then they got rid of Kim. Then they got rid of Tim.
Oh, I remember Tim.
Yes, they were wonderful together, and then they get rid of Sven. So Channel 11, I don't even watch you anymore.
Oh,
Bye-bye.
Nan, you disappointed Nana.
Give me WCCO and
Oh.
KSTP Channel 5. That's all I
Is
watch.
Paul Douglas still at WCCO? Remember Paul Douglas? He was a legend.
I'm trying to remember. I don't think he is anymore, honey.
What? What about Dave Dahl at Channel 5? I remember because I
You
worked
know,
at
it's-
Channel 5 or at
I
the radio
know.
station for Channel
I
5.
know for Hubbard. Yeah.
Paul Douglas weather, remember? And then Dave Dahl was weather. They always had weather guys. Belinda Jensen. Is Belinda Jensen still a thing?
She was,
So-
yeah, Belinda Jensen. Was she 11? I think she is. She would be the only reason to watch 11. But I quit watching when they got rid of these people.
What about Diane, who was with Paul Majors? She
Mm.
was my favorite.
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't know.
Okay, we're just throwing out things.
yes.
So this was Paul Douglas. Remember Paul Douglas?
Yes,
What a
I remember
cutie.
Paul Douglas.
He
See,
reminded me of your old boss. He kind of looks like your old boss.
Oh,
at the
really?
Senate. Yeah, just a
Well,
little bit in the
kinda.
face. Yeah,
Kinda.
kinda.
Yeah, kind of a slim face and stuff. Sure.
So it was,
I'm so excited. Jolene, my heart is still pounding from
Aw.
Brian. I just, honest to God, what a great night this has been. Nana,
This
you
lady,
got
Diana
lipstick
Pierce.
on your teeth. Okay.
Remember Diana Pierce?
I do.
Oh, they were iconic in Minnesota back in like the 80s and 90s for newscasters. Okay. We
Yeah.
could go on and on about.
Well, I'm so glad Linda got to see her brother Tim because she loves Tim and Tim's a riot and it's always fun to see
Oh,
him.
it's
I
so
wish I
fun
was
to see family. Shout out to Burks. We love Burks.
The
We're
Burks.
Burke friendly here. Shout out to our lovely producer Linda. Okay,
Yes.
so we do have to get to our 90-day. We do have to get to our regular segments now that we're coming off of the Brian Christopher thing. But Nana, we did put out a, if you guys didn't see, we did put out a vlog, and it's a casino vlog from, I have a whole bunch of footage of Nana's travels. So make sure you're following. If my mods don't mind dropping it in the chat, the link to that if you're not subscribed. I have more videos coming. So the most recent one I put out today was Nana's big win that we talked about a little bit with Brian Christopher.
I have to see
And
that. Isn't that
You
funny?
haven't watched
He
it
remembered.
yet?
No, I haven't seen it, honey. I haven't been on. I've been with the kids. So when that happens, I'm not on Facebook. Otherwise, they tell me, get off, Nana. You're here to play with us.
Mhm.
Okay, I totally get that. Yes, kids, you're right. You're right.
Yes. Diana Lee says this is going by so fast. The only thing I wish is that when people who are members, also shout out to Diana Lee, who's a member of the Lean team here on YouTube, when they do the little emojis, I can see it on my YouTube screen, but I can't see it in StreamYard. StreamYard, get with it and pull up these YouTube emojis.
Okay.
Because we have really fun ones. Okay. So we got to check in. Let's do our check-ins. Nana, we already know what's going on in life. How about your giant bush? How is Nana's giant bush?
Well, let's look, shall we?
Mm-hmm.
Ta-da! And it's got the big E in front of it.
Oh, you trimmed down your bush, I feel like.
I did not.
It is
full and luscious, and the little flowers are falling off because that's what they do. They dry up and die.
Oh, such is life.
But there they go. That's life. And shout out to producer Linda. Thanks, Realification. You're so sweet. We love our Linda.
Okay.
And can I mention too, my cousin Linda, she might be watching. I'm going to give her a call, and she's been having some health issues too. So I'm going to be giving her a call. But we wanted to talk about Bonnie and Linda and wish them the best.
Yeah, and let's just send tons of love to Bonnie because she's part of this Lean team community. She's such a big integral part. We miss her. She's on the mend though, right, Nana? She's healing up and she had surgery, right?
Yes.
Her family's like with her and posting, I saw.
Yes.
So you guys definitely send Bonnie tons of love. I wish we had like a place we could send something to Bonnie. Well, you probably have Bonnie, not that we give Bonnie's address out, but I feel like we should send something.
Yes,
like
I think so too.
To Bonnie. So
I totally agree.
Offline about that, but we miss you, Bonnie, and you're just so wonderful. And even in the vlog we did, Nana has a little patch, a peace sign patch, and that was, I believe, from Bonnie.
That's from Bonnie. I love all these patches she sent me, and I sewed them on my clothes. I sewed them on the kids' clothes, on their jean jackets, and they walk around. They think they're very cool. So first to Bonnie. See, everybody's giving you love, Bonnie.
On social media, send her love. I know she's on Facebook. I don't know. I think did she get kicked off Twitter for a little bit? Did she say?
I think she did. Maybe she said something that they didn't like. She's fun. She's real, and she's from the East Side. Gotta love people from the East.
Has the biggest heart. Jamie B, thank you for dropping the link for my vlog with Nana. So definitely check that out. Okay, so Nana's giant bush is doing well. No sightings of Toilet Daddy.
No, honey. I've given up. He couldn't help me with the things I needed help with. So sorry, Toilet Daddy. I'm going to Lowe's to look up, see what they know about tops of toilets.
Woo, all right.
And Billy Ball, Bonnie rules. Yes, she does. And Billy's so funny. She says, do you guys have time? I know you got Brian on tonight, but do you have time to talk about Bonnie and just wish her well? Of course we do.
Bonnie.
Yes.
Thank you, Billy, for sending us, because Billy is Bonnie's family. So Billy knows. And that is so sweet. That's a good sister-in-law move.
And someone mentioned, did anybody die? I know people died, guys.
We're going to get to the end, and then we'll share that at the end.
Okay, that's fine. But I have nothing written down. And because I was so excited about Brian, I'm sorry. We'll double up on death next time.
So no, who's dead with Nana.
We'll double up with death next time. Come on.
Okay, let's get into.
We did have a coach from the Vikings, if I just want to mention
that.
No,
we did. Who was
it was Jerry.
No, I don't think I know. I remember Denny. No, was it Denny Green was one?
Denny Green was a coach. I don't think Denny Green's with us anymore either. It was a coach. Now, what's his name? Maybe if Paul's still on, he can help me. Or somebody that's here from
Brian
Minnesota.
Christopher left. Dad was like, bye.
Oh, thanks, Dad.
But
Brian stayed with us 43 minutes. I thought maybe we'd have him for 10 or 15. I mean, that is somebody
really
who's
nice.
So sweet and helping promote what we do.
Nana, did you see BravoCon is coming back this year?
No.
I do think, okay, so here's what I'm going to put it out there. I think you and I need to try to get tickets. I don't know how. They might be expensive, but I think we need to go. We need to go wherever it is. We need to report on it, go live on it. What do you guys think? Put 1 in the chat if you want us to go to BravoCon. Put 2 in the chat if you want us to stay here forever and never have any fun. So
I would love to go. You know what I didn't like about BravoCon? It went so quickly. People didn't get a chance to really speak. They introduced them, brought them on, and they sat up in a little high rise or something, little risers, you know, that we used to sing on in girls choir, you know, and they sat up in those things. And then that was it. So it was like, wait a minute, we want a little bit more. But let's
look
game.
Into tickets. I think we might be spending those winnings because you gave me some money of it. And so not that we didn't already.
No, I mean, we had so much fun. It was, Jerry Burns. Thank you, Burnsy. See, Dad's still with us. Jerry Burns.
Well, everyone is
rest in peace. Yes.
One in the chat, and Shannon Van said, Nana, that's just main stage. So BravoCon itself is almost like the Comic-Con of Bravo. Well, it basically is. And they have all different stages and areas and events you can attend.
Okay. See, that's what I saw.
No, it's like a weekend or like a long, like 4 days of nonstop Bravo everything. And I really think, and thank you, Dad, for that information. I really think we need to look into it because we would have a blast.
That's just amazing. We would have such a good time.
All right, we'll look into it and then we'll see. And then Nikkie Nikkie says, I want to go. Well, if anyone else is going, let us know and we'll do a meetup.
Isn't she cute? Nikkie
Lean Team meetup. Okay.
I like it. The Lean Team.
We might drag Billy Ball along with us and she'll be like, who are these people? Because I don't think Billy Ball watches Bravo, does she? She just supports us. She's just kind.
I think she's just kind.
I think she's just kind. Okay. So let's get into this episode of 90 Day Fiancé Happily Ever After. Season 6, episode 4. The title was Damage Control. So if you're joining later, I'll try to put it in or if you're watching later, I'll try to put it in the description that we are starting the recap at about an hour in. Just in case.
Just in case. You know what? And the best part of waking up is Folgers in your cup. Okay, here we go. 90 Days Happily Ever After. Here we go. Episode. Let's get to the right one, shall we? Because I have so many. Here it is.
Ask Nana, since we're asking Nana to share with us her Nana notes.
Yes, good job, Nana. Good
Thanks.
job.
Ooh, I'm ready for Jeopardy. Okay, Jolene, what is a pussy?
All right, Nana, tell us those Nana notes.
Honey, Diet Pepsi. The voice of a new generation. Okay. They're not a sponsor, but they should be, darn it. Okay, here we go. 90 Days Happily Ever After, episode 4, season 6. Angela's just coming out. She's going into surgery. Okay.
Ooh, this is exciting.
You know, Angela, honey, I smoked for a long time. Big, long time. I still struggle. You know, right away, Dad's going fishing. You know what I think of? Oh, nobody's here. Nobody would know. And all of a sudden, they asked me to watch the kids. And I said, that's my intervention. That's my divine intervention to say, you're watching the kids. You're not even thinking about it anymore. But it's a constant. And some days it'll go away. But I'm just saying, that's just life. That's just SIGs.
Yep.
You know, it all controlling.
Ification says boring. I think about Angela's surgery.
I thought maybe about my life and my bush. I don't know.
Or maybe Nana's bush has become boring. No, we love realification.
I know. So
Angela, I was actually happy that finally we were getting to the surgery because I'm ready to be done talking, having to talk to Michael 72 times about her tots. Like, they're her boobs, Michael. They're 5 pounds each. Okay. Can you imagine having 10 pounds hanging off your chest? That sounds miserable.
It does sound miserable. And then once they didn't show it, but they showed enough where they're hitting her on the thighs. Now stop it. That isn't pretty. And it's gotta be so sweaty. Poor Angela.
Can you imagine the boob sweat?
So sweaty.
Oh my God.
Go ahead and use Johnson & Johnson baby powder.
You're not supposed to.
I know what I'm saying. You'll be sorry. Anyway.
Don't tell them to.
No, don't do that. But I felt bad for her because, you know, here she is. She's opening up. She goes, I don't have any underwear on. That doctor isn't looking. Trust me on this one. You see the look of the doctor, that surgeon? He is so. What? Go ahead.
No, I'm sorry. I interrupted you. But you know who is looking? old crop top Sally, who's in there, the assistant, she's like, let me look at your bush. Oh, you're not lasered. I'm going to write that in my journal. I feel like she has a journal about, like, I'm just speculating. I feel like she has a journal about everyone who comes in that office, and she's like, hotter than her. She had too big of a bush. Her nipples looked at me in different directions. Her labia's crossed. Like, I feel like she has a burn book. She just doesn't look at, when I am naked and vulnerable, which I'm always vulnerable when I'm naked. Actually, I take that back. Sometimes I'm powerful. Depends on the stance. You know what I mean? Or the position.
True story.
Anyway, that's true for anybody. But when I'm in a doctor's office like that, I don't want people looking at me like a judgmental look. And I feel as though this assistant,
I don't like her,
or whatever she is, or she's the office manager or the operations, I don't know, but she is looking very like,
don't like her. She's just, she's just like, oh, cigarettes, oh, this, oh, that,
judgy.
Come on. She's so judgy. She's got a problem. Yes. Did she have a Marlboro Red before she went into surgery? She was nervous.
She probably had 7.
She said 1, so that means 5. We know.
What did you think of the doctor having to call and talk to Michael?
That's silliness. He was calling him to say, there's going to be plenty of breasts there. And he did mention that African people do not really go for surgery like this.
Oh, he did. Okay, I think I
so.
Remember
he did mention that, and that they just.
Did he say Nigerians or
unless
did he say
well, I thought he said
Africa.
I thought he said Africa. Unless it's life and death, Africans don't get surgery. Michael loves her big boobs, and he says, "I realize that you like her big boobs. I realize that, but we're going to have to take some of that off because it's killing her back, and it is."
Well, and I love how all of that plays through my head now is you're not gonna be able to pull them like you like. Yeah,
I know.
Not gonna be able to, like, I just still am like, what does he do with her boobs? Like I've never heard of this.
Like a taffy pull. It happened. I don't. It's just like everything. All the fun things started after I quit them. Just like all the fun beers and the different.
Tell me about it.
They came out with all this stuff after I quit. So this taffy pulling of the boobs came out after Dad slept downstairs. So I don't know anything about it. Dad started sleeping
downstairs. You don't know anything about it. Yeah, they came out with like cotton candy vodka and all these vodka flavors. And back in my day, it was just like the nastiest plain. Well, I couldn't afford good vodka when I was drinking because I was poor and young. And so it was like Kharkov and you just like choked it down and I would mix it with like Sunny D or Snapple.
Oh, honey, they should have a vodka named Poor and Young. Poor and Young.
Oh my gosh, that's such a good idea for a brand for an alcohol, and it's just for like younger people who their goal is to just get drunk. It'll get you drunk.
Not P-O-O-R, but P-O-U-R. Poor and drunk.
Poor and drunk. Oh my gosh.
I know. Did we give something away? Yes, we did.
We did.
But a good old-fashioned taffy pull. They can still pull on them. They'll be a little more perky. He took off almost 2 pounds on each side.
That's a lot of boobie.
So
now, what did you think
when... She still has 3 pounds.
I mean, that's still too much.
Yeah, I know.
What did you think when they couldn't get her under and she was like, I can't put the mask on my face. I'm feeling all claustrophobic. Get it off me. And he's like, it's oxygen. Like you should not be. I think her anxiety was probably up. So that's why she had that effect. But then the poor woman who put the IV in, she's like, that's the most painful one I've ever had.
I know. I think her anxiety was at her stress level was right to the top. She started thinking what could happen to her. Because she is a high risk. They mentioned that. She's a high risk person.
Mentioned that, yeah.
Yeah, and that scared me for her. Very high risk. They overweight. Just that she ate, she was eating before surgery. She was smoking before surgery. I get that. I mean, I can see that high anxiety. But the idea that the minute the doctor said that this isn't, we cannot even, we'll have to stop the whole procedure. You need this oxygen. And they says, we'll give you something to calm you down. And the minute he said that, they pumped her with something and she went out.
Well, like Ativan or something. I'm not sure. I'm not a doctor, but I'm thinking some kind of like anti-anxiety.
Well, it's just,
type thing. But the most shocking part is when they first cut into her. Did you notice when they lifted the liver, they found a full plate of biscuits and gravy? It was weird. It was
Shut
weird.
up.
Yeah.
Shut
it hadn't
up.
been digested, and 2 Coca-Cola Classics and a pack of Marbreds. It was weird. And a slot machine. Oh my God. It was so crazy.
You light up my life. I would love that. Bring it on.
Bring it on. But yeah, so she's finally under. They're lifting organs. They showed a lot. I actually didn't get as grossed out as I normally get by surgery.
I don't, because I love Dr. Pimple Popper. So
we know.
If you ever feel like you want to.
We don't.
Okay. Not even asking. But that doesn't gross me out. But it was, they were mentioning, she's got so much fat here. She's got to do this. She's got to do that. Oh, God, I hope this works for her. And from the looks of her when she tells about it, she looks great. She really does.
I've seen pictures, too, since then, and more current pictures, and she
really does.
Really fantastic. So,
and that has to help the self-esteem.
Awkward was it when he was just like so much fat, just so much. I feel like I just looked down at my stomach. I was like, we get it, sir.
I know. Don't say it more than once, for God's sakes. It's bad enough that her old man wants to do taffy pull, let alone you sit there and talk about how much fat you're going through. So yeah, I did feel bad for her with that, but she's doing this, and I give her a lot of credit. The idea that they're doing 2 surgeries back to back, the gastric sleeve, and then the bringing the boobs down to somewhat of a normal size. It's still going to be a double D, they said.
Yeah, it's going to hit her chin. It's going to be nice, just sitting right here, be like, hey guys, who wants to smoke a red? Michael, my husband, Michael. He's hot. He looks like you. Were you from Nigeria? He looks like you.
Oh.
No, they said I'm fine. I'm skinny now. I can smoke. I wonder if she's still smoking. She better not be with that new body.
Honey, that's just, honey, it's just life. Some of us have these addictions. Some can get over it or never get over it, but just quit it. But it's still here in your head. Like I said, it's cunning, a lot like alcohol. It is cunning.
A cunning woman. Jam is saying she looks skinny. I saw her on Cheryl's World. I love how Cheryl's World. So Cheryl's World, she was on Cheryl's, and so apparently she looked really good. So good for you, Angela. Get your body that you.
I know she deserves it. She really does deserve
quit smoking in hotel rooms and just put the ciggies down, and don't have such a.
It's such a tough one. It's a tough one. I'm just saying.
Worry about your body. Like, don't. If just because some dude, because she was like, I still want to be known as Big Tit Angela. Can you guys do a surgery around Big Tit Angela? That's what I've been my whole life since I was 11. Big Tit Angela. I feel like that's become part of her identity, and she's not ready to let it go. But it was a little too much of a fixation with Michael on her boobs. Even the doctor was like, but I mean, that's not why you first fell in love with her. And he was like,
what attracted you to your wife? And breasts. That's all he had to say. Not nice personality, but if men were honest, not many would say a pleasing personality, or she was so smart, or I loved her hairdo. They wouldn't say that.
Men usually say
they're more visual.
Scared me into submission. And then that's pretty honest. It's pretty honest. I usually scare them into submission. And they can't say no. They don't want to.
Wow.
Yes, I'm a very intimidating woman. All right, what's next in the Nana notes?
Okay, thank you. So the sleeve, how do you say that? Gastro. Well, anyway.
The gastric? The gastrointestinal, whatever.
When she's going under and stuff, and they were asking her all these questions, I just forgot. She lies to all of them about following protocol. And when that woman said, are you following protocol? Oh, I just wanted to take her and knock her out. So unless about the life and death of the Africans, they just do not want, this is what the doctor was saying, they do not want any part of surgery unless it is life or death.
This elective surgery is something that I'm sure there's a lot of people in many countries who would never do it. And then there's a lot of countries probably that would be like, why are you doing that?
I know. It bothered me that she couldn't wake up after surgery. They kind of use that.
So dramatic though, because I've had surgery and they're like, Jolene, open your eyes. And then the worst is when they pull that breathing tube out of you.
Yes.
And you have a sore throat for like days after that.
Yeah. She just couldn't wake up after surgery. She was fighting the oxygen. We mentioned that. And then the doctor comes back with saying, well, she's been smoking for 40 plus years. It shows the inside of Angela, and as she's getting the gastric sleeve. It went fairly, of course, I know they have to edit and stuff, but it seemed like things went fairly fast once they got her into surgery. And then, you know, how they move you, well, for us, but how they move you from the surgery right back into a bed like that. You know, you're just like,
poor JoJo's just crying because now she's got to go under the knife again, right?
I know. Poor JoJo. She's a good friend. Now that's a good friend. And I wrote that on here. JoJo is a true friend. Talking 2 pounds each, what they took off the breast. And I liked when the doctor said, "Damn, I'm good." I'd like to see have a surgeon say that.
Doctor.
Oh, I do too. I do too. I
feel like I had a doctor like that when I got my nose job. Remember Dr. Griskavitz or whatever?
Oh,
he
see,
was
and we say
like that.
Griskowitz, but he called it Griskowitz or something. He said it different, but I went to school with his cousin.
He was very good. And he was very, you know, he knew what he was good at. And he, you know, because I was like 26 at the time and I was smoking. And he told me, because when we came into the office for the consultation, he said, "You're smoking." And I was like, "What?" "Yeah." And he's like, "You need to stop like today." And then I started coughing. It was almost like this reaction I had.
Oh,
Once he called me out, then I had like a little coughing fit. And he was like, "You need to stop that. Not only for this surgery, but for life." And I was like, "Oh my God, sir. Yes. I mean, okay, for sure." And he's like, "If I do this and you go back to smoking right away, then you're going to have damage and things like that." So I like the doctors that are upfront about that when it's, I like a good bedside manner, but I also like that he wasn't sugarcoating it and saying like, "This is your life." So.
Right. And when they do that, a lot of times I did that, but I understand that that's a smart thing to do.
Smart.
You care about your patient. You got to tell them what's what.
Did you like my plastic surgeon? Did you like him?
I loved him. I thought he was so nice. And I liked talking to him when he was saying, I said, I went to school with someone that was with Griskowitz, and we got talking. And sure enough, honey, yes, I did know somebody that your surgeon knew, and I had gone to grade school with them and high school. And so it was kind of in part of high school. Then he went to a parochial school, but it was kind of fun. It was really fun to talk like that. And I knew where they lived.
You're like, and now small world. Now you're doing my daughter's nose job. Like, oh my God.
I know it was. And the Burkes, they knew them and they lived. Yeah, that was very County Road. Was it B2? I forget. Anyway, so
County Road.
Okay. All right. Kalani and Kalani or whatever.
Kalini and Kalani.
Kalani. Oh my God. Those two sisters out looking for furniture. It was sister time and they went to some place called Passport. Now I love that furniture store. I thought it looked really fun. I would find a lot of things in it. Kalani sits on a bench at the end of the bed and breaks it.
Hashtag relatable.
Ouch. I know. I would be very hesitant to sit on that bench. I saw that bench. I would be hesitant to sit on the bed at the furniture store because you don't know how they put them together. Is it just for show?
It looked kind of IKEA-esque. Like you can't necessarily trust it. It's not going to be your heavy-duty home furniture.
Right.
You know?
Home meaning H-O-M?
Yes,
okay.
Not a Costco, good, sturdy-ass furniture. It's
love
like
Costco.
flimsy, little flimsy.
Yes. I got a kick out of the sister saying, "So what do you want? You're going to get a house with him? You want a small house, about 4 bedrooms? Since when is a small house have 4 bedrooms?" What?
And also,
that's a big house.
That's a big house. And then Kalani said, "I don't have 4-bedroom house money." And as someone who's looking for a house right now, I don't have 4-bedroom house money either. At least not in the areas that I want to live in, or maybe anywhere in the country. That's a big house wherever you are.
That's a big home. Yes, it is.
But Kalini, what is funny is I've seen a lot of people point out that I get she wants to protect her sister. I get Asuelu Froyo is like, oh my God, all the trouble. But we do have to remember that Kalani picked him. She picked him, knowing he's young, knowing everything. And
yes, true story.
With Kalini, she's giving all this advice, home advice, while living with her parents, like moving back at the same place that Kalani and Froyo lived. You know what I mean? It's like,
Yes.
but you don't have a plan. You don't know when you're leaving. You just brought all your overalls and crop tops, and now you live in the craft room. And I like her, but it's also like, I don't know if you're the one who should be saying it's not a good time to buy a house. I would say you guys have been on the show long enough. You should probably buy a freaking house.
Well, I think they should get out of mom's house, even though mom says, oh, it's so nice to have my girls back together. I would say that for about a month, and then it's time to go, kids. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, love your kids. But after a while, then you get settled into your own way of living.
Yeah, I used to think you would let us come back for as long as we wanted because you would say that. And sometimes I joke, be like, Mom, I'm just going to come back forever. And you're like, I wish. And now I visit for 2 weeks and she's like, God, isn't your plane leaving? Aren't you guys? God, oh, sorry. I decided to not wake you up, carry you to the car and drive you to the airport. So it's not today. Do you think you could just stay inside for the next 4 days till it takes off?
Okay, raise your hand if you think what Jolene is saying is hurtful. True, but hurtful. No, but parents, we're giving, we're loving. We want our kids to always feel like this is their home for a given time.
Exactly. No, there's no reason.
That's just life.
Yeah, but I do remember when you used to be like, I wish you would just live here forever.
I did say that.
Was I was an adult,
was I still drinking then?
You might have still been drinking.
Okay,
yeah.
Just
your sober mind is like, you should get a hotel. No, Nana always wants us to stay, but I have mentioned before, like, if they're building our house, if we do decide, if
you decide that way.
We're looking at and we're building our house, maybe we'll just move in with you during that period. And Nana's like, well, how long is that? 9 months? That's 9 months. That's a full baby. you could have a baby in 9 months. That's a lot. That's in utero. That's 3 trimesters. How many trimesters? That's quite a few trimesters.
I don't know all that. I don't know nothing about birth and no baby.
Might be traveling. So maybe like a week, 2 weeks, something like that.
Yeah, it does. It just does, honey. It's just everybody has their different ways of living, loving, do.
Mm-hmm.
But everyone has their own ways. And
of course, it's awkward
we'd open up our house to you always, Of
course, it's more of a joke. But it is true that as you get older, living with family members or parents living with adult children, there is a certain way the adult children live and a certain way the parents live. And that doesn't always add up. And then if it's one person's house, it can be, it can be kind of difficult. Miss Cia says you get what you choose. And that's in regards to Kalani and Asuela. And you are exactly right. I am feeling so less bad for Kalani because she wanted to get with this guy, and the more we learn in this episode, it's like she has the mothering gene. She seems like a great mom, but you should never want to mother your husband, and that's the point that she's at. And when they are fighting in this episode, and we're learning all these things she's sharing with Kalani, that we need somewhere for him to sleep in a game room, and Kalani's like, excuse me. It's like you have I know he's young, but he now has 2 children. So he has sperminated for 2 children. And now the video games are taken away. We get the job. We get the responsibility. He doesn't get to sleep in the game room. She is basically just pacifying him so that they don't fight, but then building up resentment of her own and taking little jabs. This is a couple that needs couples therapy more than maybe any couple I've ever seen, because they don't know how to communicate with each other. They're totally on a different page. They're not even sleeping together, and he's just coming in the room for conjugal visits. Like Kalani said, just to boink you. No thanks.
Yeah, no thanks is right. And it's so funny when they start talking about that, and that there's no romance between them anymore, as far as she's talking to her sister.
Yeah.
And the idea that this should happen later on in life. You two have been married such a short period of time. Some things, like we mentioned, dad sleeping downstairs, me sleeping upstairs, that happens in life, and it's not a bad thing. can be a good thing.
Nana and Papa need to rest their genitals. Now, Kalani and Froyo are too young. They shouldn't be resting their genitals. They should be cuddling. They should be having these moments. They should be going on dates. There are things they both have to put in the work. You have to go to marriage therapy. You can't just, we saw previews for the next episode, and I don't think they've went to therapy before, but they have to go to extensive marriage therapy. And she's telling her dad, I want a divorce. And that's all fine and good, but you do have 2 young children, and you decided to get pregnant with this young guy. So you might need to kind of ride this out with some therapy and see if he can grow and progress, and you have someone as a middle person kind of guiding them both, rather than just calling it quits and telling your sister everything, because your sister's not going to be the therapy that you need. So it's
sister
ridiculous.
will always side with you. Not always do you need that. She keeps questioning her marriage, and I say get out. They should have never gotten married. I totally agreed. Kalani wants to sleep together again. She wants romance. She doesn't know what she wants. That's the problem. She's very wishy-washy depending on who she speaks with. The idea that
very wishy-washy.
She wants to bring some life into the bedroom. So by that, she thinks that they could role play. Well, he didn't understand what that was. He thinks that she wants him to be the green guy, the Hulk. Well, in a given day, that couldn't be too bad too. Maybe he's got something.
Goes to show how emotionally immature this guy is, that he didn't even know what role playing meant. He didn't know sex toys, supposedly. He didn't. Something tells me he's got a fleshlight. I don't know. I'm just putting it out there. That's shaped like a volleyball. He's got a fleshlight shaped like a volleyball. You can't tell me any different. It's already in my head.
Okay. He said he's not going to put, no, Jolene, no, he's not going to put his ding dong, in anything but a real vagina. He called it his ding dong.
That's what they all say. If he's calling it his ding dong, he's put it other places. He's put it in a pie. He's put it on ice. He's put it in between 2 cushions. He's put it on some honey. Yeah. Something tells me Froyo might have put some Froyo on his wiener, So
really, who hasn't?
Who hasn't? But she really, he's like, why would I want to pretend to be someone I'm not with this role play thing? And then she's like, no, I want to go back to the early days. Well, of course, the early days, you just meet someone, and he's talking about banging all night. I can't even picture Froyo banging all night. I can picture him having intercourse and then crying afterwards. I don't know. This is just and then needing to rest on your boob.
That's right. If he doesn't like the conversation, he just shuts down. We know a lot of people like that in life. If they don't like the conversation, they'll just shut everything down.
Yep.
And they become just so indignant about things. Oh, I like that. That was good. Let me write that down. If he doesn't like the conversation, that's what he does. He just shuts everybody down and goes off the wall like a little kid.
It's like a kid. It's kind of like our sweet little Frankie, who's going to be 4 years old, but he doesn't know how to express his emotions and stuff. So if something is, he can't get the point across, and he's frustrated, he's either going to change the subject, he's going to ignore it, or he's going to walk away and kind of act out.
Oh, yes. And Stacey's saying, Asulu doesn't want to change. Why would you want to change? Asulu, whatever you want to call yourself.
Froyo does not want to change. Yes, trying to follow their conversation made my head explode too. They cannot communicate with each other.
No,
they were able to do and have 2 children and get this far, I don't know.
Well, she was a virgin. She wanted to get rid of her virginity, and she did it just great, except for she just picked the wrong guy. Somebody too young.
There are so many people who would have gladly probably been like, hey, we could have some fun, like
that's
guys
right.
Her age, maybe a little older, people who, were a little emotionally mature, didn't work at the Froyo place. I'm sure
that's
she
right.
Given it up to. So something about that is enticing to her. Otherwise, she wouldn't have had 2 kids with him.
Well, Haru is saying too in here that she's probably going to get pregnant again. And I'm afraid that will be the case.
Mm-hmm.
I'm afraid that'll be the case. So, so just to wrap up these 2 people, they can fix the marriage by DIVORCE became final today. Yes, That's
I
what you
do
need.
think they should probably try some marriage therapy and really not one time for TV. I'm talking get a therapist, get a plan, go weekly and do it for a year straight. And then or even 6 months. And if after that you can't communicate with each other still and things aren't making sense, you'll find out in therapy whether you both want to make it work or you don't.
Well, true story. And I don't see these two. Well, I don't know. I shouldn't say that. I mean, maybe they will be able to make it work.
Mm-hmm.
What is this idea with her? This drove me nuts, and maybe it bothered you guys too. She was crying, but I didn't realize she was crying. But she was doing this to her. She kept doing this. Now, was it to get rid of the tears that were coming down?
Tears, and I think not brush off and make lines on her makeup.
Oh, please get a damn Kleenex and go womp womp. I'm sorry I cry about things. I'm showing emotion. That's what she said. I don't know. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Elizabeth,
And
Libby, and Andre. Here we go. He's
Andre.
making his lunch for his first day of work. She's very excited she gets to stay home and still work for her father and get paid. And now he gets to leave the house and work for Dad too, and work for the whole company.
But he's like, I don't work for him. Like, I don't work. I'm going there and I'm going to be a partner. I'm going to be part of this family's business. I'm probably going to be Chuck. I'm going to take Chuck's business. I'm going to be like a spy. I'm just going to come in and I'm going to take notes and I'm going to go, call me, don't call him. And then we'll make more money. Nobody tells me what to do. I'm the smartest. You're the dumbest. Charlie must die. Let's go to work in my best pair of shorts.
I know. Isn't it sad?
Bermudas.
He doesn't get it. He's nervous. He thinks he's going to run the show. She has been the breadwinner. You could tell his nerves were kind of catching up to him, though, getting ready. He was making a salad or some damn thing. He goes over to the Charlie issue again and again. I'm tired of hearing about Charlie and him and all their issues. Rise above Charlie's sorry ass. That's all I got to say to you, Andre. Andre thinks he's a big fish. He's not understanding the big fish, little fish concept. Andre picks up the old man for work and he says, I could get used to this, the dad says. And he says, well, this is payment and blah, blah, blah. He says, no, this would be, I'm teaching you how to do this, how to be part of our company so you can pick me up. And then halfway there, he mentions that Charlie's going to be there. Well, he's not happy about that, but that's life. Since when do you have to be happy in your job? I haven't met many people that have been happy in a job. They have careers. Yes, they're happy. They have regular jobs like most people. Not so happy.
Not so happy. Well,
not so happy.
I do have to ask you, what is going on with Chuck's hair? Chuck is looking more of a mess than I've ever seen him on this show.
I mean, I went, oh my God, Nana here. He's got Nana here. Chuck, it was going up like this.
Yeah,
see? Just
you
like
have
that.
money, sir. Go to the barber, not the alt-right barber. Go to the regular barber. What is going on with your hair? Who's married to Chuck and letting Chuck leave the house like that?
We don't see Mom much, do we? We don't see Mom.
Well, they're divorced. The mom.
Oh, that's right. I always forget. But the other lady that's in there. I don't
know who his wife is, or if they're together, or this, that, or the other thing. Much like I think Cheyenne was saying in the chat, her family drives me nuts. Her family drives me nuts too. Andre and Elizabeth's storyline is so scripted, right, Missy? It just seems like
it is.
We're pushing the same thing constantly. Then the sister walks into the property that they're touring, and Charlie's there, and the sister's like, what is this? It's like almost a really bad soap opera. She comes in, full hair and makeup. She's like, who's sleeping with the butler's cousin, who's also my second cousin, who I didn't know, but I married on accident? I mean, who's at my property? And you're like, what? This is my deal. And then big Chuck, old Chuck, is just like,
yeah, old Chuck can't. Oh, well.
And then Charlie's like, I'm wasting valuable time. I could be drunk talking about this. And then Andre's like, I run the world, and scene. It's just like, okay.
I was so done with this whole family too. And when, like you said, the sister came in, and like you said, she's all made up and everything's ready to go, and he's not taking this listing. This isn't his listing.
Property. All her sisters, they have their like perfect little fillers in their lips, like, Daddy, this isn't even, I'm the property manager for this one. Charlie's the property manager for the next one. Libby's a slut. And I feel like they all are like, they hate Libby. Like
They must hate Libby because they're so mean to her husband. Come on. Welcome him into the family. Keep the family business going. Chuck Sr. needs to be more honest and forward with those bratty kids. Yes, Stacia, he does, but he doesn't know how to make a decision. He's trying to please everybody, and in the meantime, he's pleasing no one. Everyone's had a boss like that.
Yep.
Yara and Jovi. Let's go there.
Let's go there now.
They went to lunch with the baby. Is that baby cute or what?
Oh my God, so
and
cute.
Jovi wants her full attention, not the baby. He wants Yara's full attention. That's not going to happen anymore, Jovi. You have a baby. The baby takes priority. The baby will take priority for a long time to come.
It's like 7 days old, Jovi. Calm your drinking Bud Light boner. I mean.
Yes. Can you say once a mom, dad does go to the side a little over here, it just happens. Mm-hmm. And then once you get your children raised and stuff, and you can, it's just like anything, you come and go in a relationship and it just kind of flows, ebb and tide, that whole thing. Jovi, just go to your job, bring home the money. That's all. Okay.
Well,
Jovi wants
understanding that she's a first-time mom. You and I,
yes.
Who is going to want, she's not going to want to leave her baby that early, especially she has no family there of her own, and she hasn't made friends she really trusts, I don't think so.
No,
she's afraid like, I'm going to leave the baby down in Alligatorville with Gwen, the mom who's just like, or the dad who's like, I think I'm going to make some, crab and drink a Bud Light. I'll just keep the baby outside. He's like, no, sir, there's alligators out there. Bring the baby inside. They'll probably leave him in charge. I don't know. It just,
I don't know. I don't like it. It's bad. It's bad news. Jovi freaks out that she's going to breastfeed in a restaurant. I don't think it's right that she can do that. Is that legal? Is that against the law?
Illegal, Nana.
What is wrong with him?
What's illegal?
Wrong with him? Listen, the idea that he doesn't know that you should breastfeed at a restaurant and she's covered up and
totally normal, beautiful thing. And public intoxication is illegal, Jovi. I don't know. Maybe it's not illegal in New Orleans, but most places it's
I don't
illegal.
believe it is.
Public urination, all things I'm sure he's done. Paying people for sex in a lot of places might be illegal, Jovi. So worry more about those things than a woman doing the most natural thing she can do as a mother, which is breastfeeding. Get out of my life with that.
I know, Jovi, you make me
so
sick.
Ridiculous. I was so like, this guy is 30 years old. This dumbass. Listen, I know the beer and alcohol industry has trying to convince us all that it's the safe drug. But if that doesn't show you that alcohol makes you stupider, it's like, here's your brain on Bud Light. They should use Jovi as the, when they used to do the egg, here's your brain on drugs. And then the egg would fry. They should do Jovi saying that. Here's your brain on nonstop Bud Light. Any questions? And I don't think anyone would drink Bud Light again. To think that breastfeeding would be somehow gross or illegal.
Now, did something look different about Yara's face in the eyes?
In the eyes?
Something was different.
Good makeup?
Something different. I don't know what it is. I know she certainly didn't have cosmetic surgery that close to delivering the baby and stuff, but something was different in the eyes.
Maybe she got a filler. Also, a lot of times, maybe just it filled up naturally with like pregnancy. Because I know I was looking at Brittany, who just had a baby with Jax, and Brittany. Some women will get it in their face, so like their lips will almost get more plump.
I wish. Everything got plump on me except for my lips. Okay, we need to focus. Focus. Jovi wants to be number one and the baby number two. That's not going to happen.
Dumb.
To Jovi, I just want to say, Jovi, you ignorant slut. Serious. You really are. He wants to go on a honeymoon. Don't you want to go on a honeymoon? I want to go on a honeymoon. My mom can watch the baby. That's not going to happen, honey. That's not going to happen. The baby's name is Mila. Very cute.
Had 30 years of vacation.
Yes, stop it.
You're
And Jovi, you're second or third or fourth place on this list. Get used to it. You're not numero uno anymore. I'm not sure you ever were. She's constantly fretting about the baby, he said. Constantly. And this is so normal with the first baby. Are you kidding? You're brand new. You're brand new to motherhood. He's brand new to fatherhood. He just doesn't realize it yet. So I remember when I had you being my first baby, I really didn't know what
your favorite baby. Yeah.
I mean, it was tough. I mean, I remember reading the books. I had the doctor, I was going to say Dr. Seuss, whatever
Dr.
his name was. That's
Dr.
it.
Spock. I remember you telling the story.
Maybe I read Dr. Seuss, and that's why you're
your
so
favorite
damn
baby.
funny.
Yep, there you go.
So there I sat reading this book saying, okay, newborn should go through 16 diapers per day. So here's me. Okay. That's what 16 diapers I put out there. 16, those little diapers. And I never checked to see if you were wet.
You just said we got to get through 16.
We're going to get through 16 every 24 hours. That's how my mind went. So when we think that we're so smart as mothers, we're scared to death. Scared to death. Because this is this little baby and you want the best for this little baby. And you can ask your siblings. And for me, my siblings were younger. They didn't really know. I certainly asked my mom a ton of questions. She did laugh about the 16 diapers out there. Of course, back in there that day, it was real diapers. And I started you out with real diapers and then realized, just what a pain in the butt that was. And the pins and all that stuff and the plastic, rubber pants. Oh, but I would count that out. So that's to mothers out there. You're just trying your best.
Yeah,
so,
and you probably have so many questions. I mean, I know it's like you have this little baby and is the baby too hot? I don't know. It can only tell you so much, and he's like, just put the blanket over it. Pay attention to me.
Yes, he's terrible. And she said to him, which I just loved, these are great words, eat faster and we can go. Thank you. Thank you. Because Jovi, you are a pain in the butt. So with that, let's go to Mike and Natalie for just a nanosecond because can't stand these two.
Right.
Why do we have to see these two? He's a prick and she accepts horrible behavior from him. Michael left her at the hotel alone. He didn't like what she had to say about people sending Michael nudies of themselves over the phone. She apologizes to him. Stop it. Stop it. Leave now. You're better than that.
Right now, it's the end of you and me. She needs the JoJo song. It's too late, and I can't wait for you to be gone. Because I know about the nudies from your friend, and your mom with the mullet hates me. You said that you would pick me first, but you were taking the ring away. Like she just weave.
That was soulful.
She even stopped doing her signature heavy eyeliner, heavy mascara look, which I think she looks beautiful without makeup.
She doesn't need all that.
She's completely just like Mike. And when did she get a driver's license?
I don't know.
She was just driving the truck, and I was like, "Oh, okay. Maybe I don't know. Maybe it's really quick. I don't know.
I don't know. I don't. I'm surprised too. And then the way he came out of his house, and his house, not theirs. He acts like everything's his. And run.
Right by the swamp.
I really, run. You could start cooking some things, Natalie. That would be nice. And put a little something in Mike's casserole. Okay, here we go. Tiffany, you don't belong on this one. I'm sorry. Let's find another venue that you can do because this is not the one for you.
Makeup.
Has her own apartment. She's so happy. And her son's helping her put the furniture together. And that little son, Daniel, is the cutest. And he says he loves his dad. Of course he does. He doesn't know his dad. He has lots of tattoos.
The good thing is that is Tiffany's son from a previous relationship. The sad thing is that dad is not involved. So this kid, Ronald, is his stepdad, but who he calls dad. And so, of course, this kid is going to feel this, I can't imagine what this sweet little boy thinks, having a dad who's not involved. And then now he has this stepdad who he seems to really like, or at least want, and now that could be taken away too. It's just, that part is really, really sad. That kid is so cute.
He's adorable, and he was so helpful with his mom. She has lots of tattoos. I noticed that. And instead of getting all these tattoos, which are very costly, why don't you save your money? And you could have been out of your mom's house sooner and had an apartment sooner and gotten rid of Ronald sooner. Ronald is horrible to Tiffany, I think. I think he's terrible. He's still mad about her canceling the airline tickets. She got tired of paying for everything. Wake up. Wake up. Your mom knows best, and your mom's got his number. Time for you to get Ronald's number and get out. And don't pick up with another guy anytime soon, because your son has had enough heartbreak.
Yes, and little Daniel, he's just the sweetest little boy, and the way he was able to articulate, like, I know, and he's sticking up, like, I know they fight, but he's a good dad, sort of thing. And it's just like Tiffany. The more I watch and the more I think of it, it's a strange time for Tiffany to be like, okay, I'm all in, I'm buying the tickets, I'm doing all this stuff, and then all of a sudden to decide, JK, I'm taking it back. But this is something she should have probably done a long time ago. And put some kind of boundaries. Right. There has to be stakes, especially with addiction and things like that. And she's just built up so much resentment. I just don't know where they're going to go.
I don't see this happening. I don't see this joyful reunion, the mother and child reunion. I don't see it happening.
It's just sad.
Look at I got a little lighter. I like that.
Because it's just like you have this guy, Ronald, who's got tons of issues and shit. But it does seem like, and correct me if I'm wrong in the chat, he does want to be the dad. Now, he's not doing the things he needs to do, and she's not doing the things she necessarily needs to do. But
yeah, true story.
And it's like if they could just get their head out of their asses and do it for these kids, because these kids deserve to have their parents.
They do. They do deserve parents, loving, caring parents that put the children first. And you don't find that very much on these 90-day fiancés.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And that's very sad. Brandon and Julia, how long are you going to be down on the farm, Julia? It looks like forever. It looks like forever. They have Julia working on the farm. We saw Betty. Her hair is getting long. She's getting pretty frisky.
Betty was like, she was having locks. She was like, look at me. I'm growing my
check
hair
it out. I got this perm from 1986 that's just growing out. So nice.
But don't let the hair get in the hot tub. And where's Red-Faced Ron? We still haven't seen Red-Faced Ron.
I think one of the pigs ate him, and good for them. Good for them. Bye-bye, Ron. Good for you, piggies. She hates being on the farm. She's bored too. We know your story, honey. She wants to be a wedding planner.
Oh my gosh, we get it.
All right. So she feels she's a slave for the farm. Really, you just started doing stuff. She goes to the wedding planner at the wedding store. She wants some tips. It's the first time she's been out of the house without Brandon. Now, didn't she look good out of the house without Brandon?
Yeah.
I think she did too.
Yeah. I mean, she does have, at least she has some drive of what she wants to do, but there's definitely things like the wedding planner was saying, this isn't all just, you're just going to pop in and, there are steps that need to be taken. You need to understand the industry. You need to understand it's just not wedding dresses and flowers. It is a business. You are putting together.
I like that girl. I like that woman.
These huge events, like these, it's very important because people, to them, this is their freaking day. And if you screw it up, woo, good luck.
That's right. That's right. She answers the questions about prior experience. She should not have mentioned working on the farm. She knew that right when she said it, she was like, oh, I shouldn't have said that. Why did I say the farm? Said that. And Brianna says, I admire her confidence and motivation. I do too, Brianna. I think so too. I think she showed a lot of like, I need to get out of here. And this is what I have to do to get out of here.
And also I love that she is young and motivated. And I hope that nobody dims her shine or dims her like hope. And that she is able to put herself out there, because she did put herself out there. She, of course, coming over from another country, being as young as she is, she's not going to understand the whole process. No. I used to think you graduate college, you show up at the job you want, and you go, I'm here. My parents told me that us young Gen Xers or old ass millennials that we go to college and then the doors open. So Sally Mae's, they want some money. So I'm ready for the job. And then that is not at all what happened. So you baby boomer parents, you were fed a lie. Then we were fed a lie.
We were
and
fed
then,
a lie. I'll give you that.
They said everything, it's just going to, it's like, but first they're going to bankrupt you with student loan debt. And then good luck. And then you become a cog in the system, and I could go into it all day, every day. But I do hope that Brandon doesn't keep putting her down. I do think that it would be really smart of Julia to take a couple classes regarding like the wedding planning or any kind of hospitality type thing. And also just, she's killing it with English because again, I can't imagine going into another country and having to learn a whole nother language. I honestly don't think I'd be able to do it. And she's doing a really good job. But definitely keep brushing up your skills now that you're going to stay in the US. It'll only help you. So
I don't like the way he puts her down like that. I mean, she really is doing the best she can, and she's doing a lot better than I would fare in another country, like you said. I like that the woman that she went to see told her kind of what Brandon did. Continue to practice your English, and get to know the community. And I thought that was so smart on this woman's part because get to know the community.
Know where they're going to be throwing their wedding. So you know the businesses, know the venues, know all this stuff. It's just very good to have a good education of where you're trying to plan these weddings in.
Absolutely. So. She talks to Brandon about making friends. Okay. She wants to make her own friends. She doesn't want Brandon's friends because Brandon says, what about my friends? Well, what friends? She says. That's what I wanted to say. Wait. I said that first. Melanie. Okay. She doesn't care about Melanie. Who is Melanie? Did you see her before? She got to be so jealous. It was just disgusting. Honey. Oh my God. Brandon had no one before you. Trust me on this one.
I do think Julia is, it's a little too jealous.
Oh my gosh, yes.
And I don't like that kind of internalized misogyny where it's like all women are out for other people's men. No, we're not. And also nobody wants Brandon except for Escobedo.
We're so happy that someone found him to love. Yes, that's what us other women
into the pig state. What do the pigs have? Stables, sties, the pig sty. What do they call it? Where they keep the pigs, the pig barn.
Pig barn. Mud
drive
pie.
off into the mud pie and take him because nobody's trying to get with baby-faced.
And that's right.
Right. What is his name? Ryan.
Don't ever call him Babyface. Babyface is Hot Singer from 90210. He was there at their carnival that time, Babyface.
Babyface is a bigger deal than just the 90210.
No, I understand, but that's when I got to know Babyface because David Silver played with Babyface, and that was a big deal. And Babyface is hot, hot, hot. Okay, she needs to work for the embassy and plan their parties. She's so close to DC.
Hell.
DC has enough issues and enough problems legally, Leah.
They don't need SK Bonnie being or what's her name? Is her name Bonnie?
Betty
being anywhere close to there. No.
But that's nice that she
I know.
him.
Legally, Leah, I love that Nana's reference to the baby face. The baby face. The iconic baby faces from 90210.
From 90210.
Like he's some geek off the street like Jeremy Jordan. It's it's Babyface. But baby also face, like Brianna completely hot. Nice shout out for Babyface Nana.
Thank you. Very good. I mean, so hot. I mean, that man is hot. I want to go back because I have the DVDs. I'd like to go back and watch that whole episode because that's when Oh my
Ray
God.
pushes her down the stairs.
No, Ray wasn't even in the thing. She was still seeing Brian Austin Green.
David Silver. Yeah.
She was still seeing David, and David, that little slut, was in the back seat with that one producer woman. And
at Donna. The Peach Pit after dark.
No, this was in the back seat of that one of those limos because she was helping him with his you know, his career and stuff.
What
and
a
she was
bunch
just,
of whores those two together.
Well, Donna wouldn't put out, and I don't blame Donna. Donna had her morals, and she had what she wanted to do.
Don't go too far with the not putting out where you become Kalani, but go just far enough right before you get to Kalani. That's how you know it's time to give up your virginity. You know, we get it. If you want to save yourself, that's fine. But when you start thinking, hey, that dude that looks like he could be, you know, a teenager, you know, and I'll probably have to raise the whole time. And then I'm going to do that. Then, you know, you waited too long. You should have lost your virginity.
I love you, Brianna. Can I say that out loud? I love you, Brianna. David Foster also hosted Babyface one time. And yes, on Beverly Hills. And I remember that like yesterday. And I was so excited because I knew who he was. And I thought, oh, sit back and listen. Hello. Nana has good taste. Thank you, honey. That was the night David cheated in the limo. Yes, it was. See, someone else knew it too.
Shannon
and that was disgusting because David rolled down the window. What?
Oh,
Come
no.
on.
Not that way she caught him.
It was terrible. And then when they opened the door, she looked at her and she looked down and there was a condom wrapper on the floor. I'll never forget it as long as I live.
At least he used protection, but that's horrible. That's kind of like when Willow from Buffy the Vampire Slayer was in college and then Oz had come back. Or no, Oz was still there. Oz didn't come back yet. Oz, no, he did. Did he come back? I don't remember. So Oz, they're in college. They were going to UC Sunnydale. And, you know, obviously he's part man, part werewolf. All werewolves are, all men are. And so certain times of the month, just like us, he has to lock himself in a room. You know what I mean? Mine's coming up in about a day or so. Oz, you know, full moon. So he had to lock himself in a cage. There was another werewolf on campus who was hitting on him, and Willow knew because Willow was Oz's girlfriend, and she could feel the vibes. And then Oz, when he was turning werewolf, he didn't want this other werewolf woman who wasn't going to lock herself in the cage because she didn't care if she went and ate people and killed them. So he pulled her in the cage to lock her, and she tried to seduce him, and then his wolf ways, he gave into it, and they slept together. And then Willow was like, oh, I'm going to go wake up my werewolf boyfriend who's locked in a cage by UC Sunnydale with a coffee and some bagels. And she walks in, and now they're not werewolves anymore, and they're just naked regular people. And that's how she found out. And the girl, the werewolf girl, was like, Oz, and Oz was like, Willow. And Willow's like, just devastated. No condom used. The werewolves did not use a condom. It was just... My God.
At least David was smart enough to put on a condom.
Yeah. But when you're in that, you know, turning into werewolf, I don't think you think
suppose
about a rubber. But man, oh God.
This was so much fun tonight.
It was so fun, Anna.
We are just wrapping up Brandon and Julia. Is that it? And then here comes Brian Christopher notes. And I will love, George Bailey, Brian Christopher, I'll love you to the day I die.
Yeah, so it looks like Julia is going to be meeting Maureen, Colleen, Solene, something, one of his friends who I think is just an opportunist and wants to be on the show because we've never heard of this woman before. But she is saying, you know, it seems like, okay, like I want to meet my husband's friends, you know, if I get married to someone, but Julia, a little too jealous. But then this woman does a thing that it's like, okay, you're poking the bear. I get she's too jealous, but you're also going, remember that movie we watched all night?
I know. It's like, stop it. It's like, you don't want to do that. That's mean.
But also, it is mean, but also, because he has said it's like a sister to me. And then it's like, but is it like a Joey Dawson sister from Dawson's Creek? Do you know what I mean? Where they...
Boy, do I ever.
Right, because that was your favorite show. You never watched Dawson's Creek, right?
Once.
But Joey would climb up into Dawson's bedroom and, you know, they had this unrequited love. And anywho.
I have a question. What was that show that we liked? And it was the dad was a minister and there was a lot of kids and they were all good looking. And then in real life, the dad got caught being a pedophile. Do we remember that show?
The Duggar? Wait, no. What are you talking about? Can you repeat that again and don't say the P word because we'll get demonetized.
Okay, we don't want to say the P word and I have to think what it was. Okay, I know the P word. Okay. He was a minister.
Okay. And Seventh Heaven. Oh.
Seventh Heaven. Now that was a cute show, I thought, until I found out about the P word and I felt really bad. So anyway, Seventh Heaven, Brianna, you're on it. Yes, thank you. I couldn't remember it, but I remember watching it with you. That's probably
Jessica
another
Biel.
one of those shows that Bill walked through, your brother, that would walk through the living room and go, lame. So,
Yeah, and then he would go drop acid. Like he was busy.
oh,
He was busy.
stop it.
I just like to make up jokes about my brother because I think it's
All right,
funny.
I'll make up
But
jokes about me.
maybe mushrooms. I don't know.
I'm the
Maybe
only
they
one
were
in this
sniffing
house that
dandelions.
dropped acid. Okay.
No, but that was Jessica Biel's breakout role, who we all know Jessica Biel now as obviously from Blade 3, you know, an iconic movie with Ryan Reynolds and Wesley Snipes. And also,
obviously, this is the first time I'm hearing about this, but go ahead.
you don't know about Daywalker, Blade, the Blade series? Okay.
No, honey, no.
Well, she was Blade Trinity. And she was in it. Ryan Reynolds was in it. And the comedian, the little guy, and he's married to Meredith Salinger. And I always forget his name. And he was in Young Adult, and he was in it. It was a pretty
I'm going to write it
pretty
down.
good cast. And also,
Walker.
well, it's Blade. It's Blade. It's it's Blade Trinity. It's the third one. I did go to the premiere for the third one. I mean, and by premiere I mean the day it opened. Early showing in Minneapolis.
I know my generation knows Day Tripper, but I don't know Day Walker. I'll have to look.
He's a vampire, right? Because he has parents who were, I think,
Oh,
one was a vampire, one was a regular, not vampire, and so he's able to walk during the day, which most vampires can't see the sun. Brianna, I was getting to that part, AKA also, but she's best known for
now I know
Blade Trinity. And now Justin Timberlake, if you guys know who that is, apparently that's like a singer or something, his wife.
Oh my God, he is hot, and so is she. They don't have any babies yet?
No, they have like 2 kids.
Oh, do they? Okay.
Yeah.
It's funny how you just
their
lose
kid
track
just started
of
college. His son. He went to ASU.
Whose kid?
Justin Timberlake's 50 years old. His son, him and Jessica Biel, had a son 18 years ago, and he's going to ASU, and he's studying marine biology. They just did a whole Us Weekly about it.
Wow.
Isn't that crazy? And their daughter's about to start 7th grade. We're old, Nana.
I just can't believe it. I know I am, but I just didn't realize just how old everybody was getting in the chat. Thank you. The producers feed them lines to make the segments interesting.
No, they do. They definitely were feeding the friends.
I totally agree with that.
Justin Timberlake has children, but they're not in college, Nana. I wanted to trick you.
Oh my God, that just freaked me out. I thought, did I just go into like a time warp? Because wasn't he just like a
boy bander?
Yeah, just yesterday.
Pretty much. He had ramen noodle hair, and he was dating Britney Spears, and then he was a part of the machine that just slut shamed her to almost death. And then he did the Janet Jackson thing, and then he recently, I think, apologized to the Jackson brothers for the Janet. It was just, then we slut shamed Janet Jackson instead of Justin Timberlake. So he's been on the up and up. He's been on the up and up when all the women around him get shamed. They're like, but Justin Timberlake's great. And now in 2021, he's having to kind of answer to some of those things.
That's okay. We all have to answer to things in our life, don't we? My Lord, time flies, Daniel.
It does. Justin Timberlake's son just had his first grandchild, which is crazy. So Justin Timberlake is a great grandpa.
No, he wouldn't be a great grandpa.
Yeah, and Chris Kirkpatrick is a great great grandpa, but he's no longer with us. So it's crazy, you guys. Time flies.
I really am. Oh my goodness, this has been the night. You guys, thank you so much for coming on when Brian was on. I just call him Brian now instead of Mr. Christopher. I loved being able to speak with him. And
I don't think he would want you to call him Mr. Christopher. He's only 40 years old, and
I know
you are his senior, and so respect should be.
Oh, I understand.
To you, my love.
Well, Brian, you can call me Mrs. Lanzer. Anyway, I absolutely had the most fun. Thank you so much. This
so
was
glad you had fun.
It just meant so much to me. It just did. And I love going over the 90 Days Fiancé with everybody. And this week's a big week. We have is it this Wednesday or next Wednesday? Boy, I'm
This
getting
Wednesday, we have The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills premiering, which means Nana and I will be back for Fridays.
We
Woo!
will. I'm really looking forward to that. That's just great.
Thank you, Brianna, for joining as a new member.
Thank you. Thank you
You
so
guys
much.
can join too. We have the membership option here on YouTube, and then we also have our Patreon. So thank you so much for your support. Let's get those likes up. We're almost to 100 likes. Let's have a goal of 500 likes. So if you're watching this later, smash that like. Let us know all your thoughts and opinions after it posts. We'd love to hear what you guys think about these shows. Who's your favorite? Who are you over? What do you think about Chuck Charlie? What's going on with their hair? What's going on with Yara and Jovi? Just let us know everything. Right, Nana?
Absolutely. We just love you guys. We love that you hang in there with us. Even when we go out on tangents and things,
And
I'll
we
get
do.
back to Who's Dead with Nana this next Friday. Do you want me to do it on Friday? Okay.
Sure. We can add it to our Married to Bravo.
Brian Christopher, thank you again. Brian Christopher, slots.com. Thank you for making this day so memorable for me.
Oh, and Nana, you killed it. You did such a great job. You totally tricked me. I thought for sure you were going to be asking these cuckoo bananas questions.
Well, Billy Ball had called me and I says, Jolene thinks I'm really off. And I told her some of the things I was going to ask. And she goes,
Nana.
What? So anyway,
Yeah,
sometimes
Nana,
I just have to throw it back at you, honey. You know,
I deserve it. I do deserve it. Don't forget to like and subscribe too, you guys.
Thank you,
Please,
Nancy.
please,
Thank you.
Like and subscribe. We are on our way to 15,000 subs. We're at 14,300 some. We're very, very close to 15. We got Big Brother coming up this summer, which I think should put us over. I got so much content to make still.
Oh, honey, you've been so busy. And even having Dad and I there for the time we were there, that kind of put you back some, because you were running with us.
But it was so fun. I miss you guys. You guys, standing ovation for Nana. Nana, you honestly
you guys, thank you. Did I?
You
I'm going to have to watch myself again, maybe 15 times, maybe 10. Anyway, that'd be great.
Just so natural and conversational, like I know you to be. But when I talked to you on the phone today, I was like, oh, shit. She's got nerves or something's going on. Or maybe she fell down and hit her head or the life alert didn't work. I don't know. Something's going on because I was worried, Nana.
Oh, honey, I'm so sorry. I made you worry. I'm sorry about that.
Me. No,
I saw his little face and it's like, what mother wouldn't love that little face? He's so sweet and so handsome and just a nice person.
Yeah. Okay. So we'll be back Friday with the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills premiere recap. We'll be back next Monday for more Happily Ever After. And then me and Nana do have some live chats, some live streams where we're just going to be talking about gossiping. We're going to be talking about life. That is going to be Patreon only. So make sure you guys are on Patreon and it'll tell you which tier and you'll be able to get in those.
Oh, that's so nice.
Chats. And I am recapping The Circle. I have the finale to recap. That's the only one left. So if you missed those, you can hop on Patreon now, sign up, and you'll be able to get all my Circle recaps and then Married to Survivor, which is every Monday with me and Chell, and then more exclusive content coming your way,
Absolutely love it.
We'll be live at 5:30 on Friday.
So
5:30
7:30 Minnesota time.
Yeah.
7:30. That means don't go out on a hot date on 7:30. You have a hot date with your daughter. Okay.
Exactly. And shout out to Nene Girl, who is the reason we even had Brian Christopher.
Thank you again, Nene.
In the first place, Nene Girl, you are so kind, you are so generous, and you are so appreciated. Lucy loves the gift you gave her, and we just thank you for what you did for Nana. This is so sweet.
We opened them all up, Nene. She had just a ball, and she goes, "Look at this! They're little miniatures of everything."
She knew the names of everything.
Yes, she did.
So there you go.
Yes, she did.
All right.
Peace be with all of you.
Yes, Nana, you are the best. You guys.
I love you.
And we will talk to you very soon. Bye.
Okay, bye.